Welcome to another episode of the Eko Lens, the podcast where we view assistive technology through the eyes of lived experience. I'm your host, Kenisha, and every episode will explore how dignity, design, and innovation intersect to empower blind and low vision communities. We're not just reviewing tech, we're reframing it. And this is a space for truth telling, for honoring the voices that often go unheard, and for challenging the industry to do better. So, whether you're a developer, a user, or someone who simply believes in equity, you're in the right place. This is the Eko Lens. Let's take a closer look. So this week we have Martijn on our podcast, and he is an accessibility driven technologist and entrepreneur that is focused on empowering the blind and low vision community worldwide. His international outlook, straddling European engineering backgrounds, Indian tech ecosystems, and the global blind community network really gives his work a unique global relevance. As the creator of Piccybot and the earlier app Talking Goggles, he built tools that convert images and videos into spoken conversational descriptions that transform everyday media into accessible information. Piccybot goes beyond simple image captioning. It really offers a real-time video analysis, supports multiple AI models, and enables users to ask follow-up questions to clarify or explore details. This makes it a powerful tool for independent living. So whether it's reading documents or navigating social media content or understanding visual scenes, it's driven by a vision of inclusivity. And he is now working to expand the impact of his accessible tech suite with the upcoming project Voistant, which is aiming to further break down barriers for blind users and open up new possibilities for digital interaction. So, welcome to the podcast. We are so excited to have you here. I can't wait to hear all about Piccybot and Voisant and some things that you're looking at creating for the future.
Thank you, Kenisha. It's really a pleasure to be here. And looking forward to talking more about what I've been doing and what I hope to be doing in the future.
Yeah, absolutely. So before we get started with some of the Piccybot questions, I'd really love to know if you can share your personal connection to the blind and visually impaired community.
As everybody asks me that, but it's actually it's more of an effect of an earlier app, the one you mentioned, Talking Goggles. I created that more well 12, 12 years ago. That was one of the first apps that actually described images and spoke it out. I just made that without even thinking about the use for blind and low vision users. But the response to that app that made me realize what an impact it had. And then I got all these people saying, "Oh no, this has really changed the way I live and work." And that was so inspiring that even though that app, unfortunately, it became a lot costly to run, and because it was a free app, and Google decided to raise their costs, and it became a bit unfeasible. But I still always had that in mind it was such a great idea to work on. And now, the last 3 years with the AI revolution, you can say it opened up so many new possibilities that I decided to reignite this, and now really fully focused on creating first Piccybot and now Voistant for the blind and low vision community.
Well, it's definitely awesome that you're able to, you know, chime into building these apps that can really help us in a time of need. I know there's a few out there, like the big ones, right? Be My Eyes and seeing AI, but I like to have choices and all of them work really different. So tell us a little bit about Piccybot.
Yeah, well, one thing about Piccybot is from the start already, the idea was to have multiple AI engines under the hood. Because the thing is that, yeah, with AI, there is still a problem of hallucination. And sometimes, even though a model may be great, it may incorrectly, yeah, describe one element in your house or your or anything actually. And that can make a big difference. So what we have done is now if you have multiple models, and we are actually the only app that does this. It is, we can combine multiple models and then only give a description if all models agree upon it.
Oh,
So,
okay.
let's say, yes, this is a cat, this is a cat. No, I don't know what it is. Okay, then we don't say it's an animal. Yeah, we don't say whether, and then, so that is an advantage that Pickybot has, because most of the other apps somehow linked up with one of the big guys, and that is in most cases OpenAI. And they're great, but Gemini is also amazing, and Amazon also has some good models, of course, and Grok is actually it's far less censored. There are elements that in every model that are useful. So it's good to have this choice. It is and not just to be limited to one single model, good as it may be. So that is one thing that Pickybot's is setting it apart. The other thing is this is one of the really first apps that describes full videos, and not just like apps like Be My Eyes are still only describing images. Seeing AI does video to a degree, but actually what they're doing is images and then describe them in sequence. Pickybot is really describing the actual video. So that is an advantage of Pickybot. And another thing what Pickybot has is that you can really integrate it well with social media. It is, if you have a TikTok video, you can just share it directly to Pickybot, and you will get a description. For the same with Instagram or Facebook or any of the big social media. Again, other apps do that to a degree, but we've taken it forward. We've also added copy paste, so you can take any media, and then if you have it in your you did a copy operation and you open Pickybot and it says, oh, you've got something. Can we paste it and then describe it? Yeah. Well, one more thing. Another point is that unlike some of the other apps which are on one platform, we have Pickybot is on iOS, on Android, and also on Mac OS. It is, so that is also useful and it's also as a WhatsApp client available, so that
Cool.
it has a I feel actually there is a lot of power under the hood of Pickybot, and it is usually not as appreciated because, like I said, we are not one of the big guys. But yeah, I believe the app is really really good, and it is being really appreciated by the people who know how to use it. It is, the latest update actually has a whole manual included in it, so that's also yeah. Well, usually actually understanding the tool is as important as the features of the tool itself. So that is we're trying to make that as clear as possible. Pickable is also available in almost any language. It is and it's completely localized. So yeah, especially throughout Europe, Italians are crazy about it. The Polish, but also in South America, they love the app, and so it is not just an English only app. In Africa, we are trying to focus on multiple local languages, and in India. But the current status and Pickbot is it has reached this stage now, and it's still trying to improve. It is another thing is, of course, that every time a new model arrives, like very recently we had the Gemini 3 Pro come out, we had Grok 4.1 come, we had GPT 5.1. All these models have been included into Piccybot already, even though they are only out for just a week or so.
Wow, so you have like a pretty fast turnaround that you're doing some of those updates.
Right. And one thing is, it's hybrid. So, I mean, some of the things we have to change on the front end. So we have to launch a new app for iOS or Android. But a lot of things we can also change from the back end.
Yeah.
So we can just change the models and adjust it there.
So, question about some of the information that you're feeding in. So, I've done some AI like work before, and where I've been like on the expert side that was feeding in information to an AI model. And I'm just wondering, do you have like lived experience folks from the blind or low vision community that's feeding in some real task examples for you, or how are you getting those task examples from different areas to better the app?
It's not particularly almost impossible to keep track of all the models since they are all the time updating. But what we have some people from the blind community working on adjusting the models themselves. Like there is a model available within Pickable that is really taking into account people who have who have always been blind. So for them, I think it's like colors are not relevant. It's far more touch based, and these things are integrated into the layer on top of the model. That's okay. We don't focus on those elements instead of coming with a whole description on how blue the sky is, and which is not so important in this case.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was hoping that you would say with that answer. Can you tell us a little bit about the new app that you're developing?
Yeah, well, Voistant is really taking it a step further in the sense that it's more of an agent for use of your PC. So instead of you deciding to go to a site and type something or this, you just talk to your PC and say, okay, I'm looking for this product on Amazon. Can you open Amazon and look for the best deal for me? And then it will start describing like, okay, this is on your screen. I'm clicking here now. Oh, there is this captcha. Do you want me to solve it for you? Yes. Do you want to go there? And then step by step, it will go and do whatever you want. You're instructed to do. It is so that is. I think it's a very yeah. Well, I believe it's a very powerful app.
Absolutely.
And I'm a little bit so far it has not gotten the well the feedback that I was hoping it would get, but I guess it's all a matter of really making it smooth and fast, and then people start realizing how useful this can be. It is and I so that I hope to come with another update the coming week. On PC, we are a bit further than on the Mac. On both operating systems, we can run this quite well. And again, it's a rather unique concept, and everybody talks about agents and that it is the future. But for the low vision community, it's really it can be.
Yeah, that's revolutionary is what I'm thinking. When you're talking about this, I'm imagining, even just on my computer right now that I'd be able to does it have like a voice command or something?
Right.
That yeah, like a voice command to be able to say, "Hey, Bison, can you look this up for me?" Like that would be game changing for so many folks. I know you can do similar things on, for example, Siri or whatever it may be, but it doesn't explain to you like everything that it's doing at the same time.
And you can have full control over your PC, not only
Yeah.
a browser only or something. It is, you can say, okay, go to your settings of my PC, increase the font size of my PC, or change the sound, and that it will then go to your PC settings, and it will do that. And while all the time explaining, I'm going to do this. Is it okay? Yes, please go ahead. And then yeah, it can be fully even when fully blind, it works well.
So one of our big missions, part of our part of our mission here at Ecovision Foundation is the privacy first piece. So I'm wondering where that privacy first fits in with your models that you're building. How do we make sure that when a user is using your app or using this app on the computer, that we can make sure that their information is private?
With going back to Piccybot, we have all these models, and of course, yeah, whatever you send to, if you use, let's say, you use ChatGPT, then you send it to OpenAI, but
Yeah.
then you send everything to OpenAI, and then OpenAI can make the link to you. But in case of, and the same is actually with most of these apps. Most of the AI apps for the blind have one model, and they can do the same. But with Piccybot, actually what you have is like a VPN, because we are a layer between all the models. So you send a command to, you send an image to Piccybot, and then Piccybot sends it to any of the models. The model doesn't know that it comes from you. It knows that everything comes from Piccybot. So in that sense, it's an extra layer of privacy and of protection that actually most of the other apps do not have. And yeah, of course, most of these apps, again, you have your own choice. You can also choose for locally run models. Like we have a locally run Llama model that is purely on our own servers, and that we can, 100% guarantee that the data won't leave the system. But even with other data, if you send it to Google, it's still Google can't make as much use of it as then when you type it in your own browser. Then they have your data. But if you send it through Piccybot, they don't know that Piccybot users are doing this, but that's it. So it's I think privacy. Yeah, we are ahead of the others.
Yeah, it sounds like it. That now, does it pair up with any other assistive technologies? So, for example, I'm hoping to get my Meta AI glasses soon. Will Piccybot be compatible with some of the smart glasses?
The Meta glasses, they were the first thing we wanted to run Piccybot on. The problem with Meta was that they haven't opened up their API
Mhm.
for outside developers. And as a result, that is one of the reasons why we made the WhatsApp service. So what you can do is take a video in your Meta glasses, and then WhatsApp that to the Piccybot client, and then you get the description of the video from Piccybot through WhatsApp. So that it's a bit of an, I mean,
Yeah.
it's not great, and it works well, and people are appreciating it. But yeah, Meta is promising that they are going to open up their API to third-party developers, and we are on the short list. And as soon as they do, we will definitely, Pickybot will be in, there. It's one of the first.
Yeah, that's really cool. I was wondering how that works in that connection. When it comes to development and things of that sort, how long does it take you to make an app like this? Like, how long did it take you to build Piccybot or Voistant?
The initial versions didn't take so long because it's, you just have an idea, and then it starts with one feature. But like
Yeah.
with Pickable, we have so many extra features that, like, we have some of the, the chats in, for instance, in the AppleVis community. Then there are 600 messages that people are asking for features, and then am responding to that, and then adding that to Pickybot. So it's more of a living project, and then the
Yeah.
initial app may not have been taking so much time to develop, but to implement all these features. And again, certain things as a developer who is not blind, also you fall into certain traps that you don't realize that initially there was only you couldn't determine whether you were having the front or rear facing camera, and it was not really clearly indicated. And all these things, you just assume you can see. No, you can't see. No. Oh yeah, we have to make that clearer. So a lot of things you learn as you get the feedback, and then you change accordingly. Another thing is actually also recently we've done more on the uh, the selfies. There was another request that people wanted to know, okay, I'm taking a selfie. Am I in the picture, or is it clear? And that is another added feature in Piccybot. It's all smaller things, but I feel that all these extra features together make the app stand out.
Yeah, it might be smaller for some people, but that's big for folks in our community who really need that guidance to be able to do some of the everyday things that folks might take for granted, like taking a selfie,
Right.
right? No, that's super awesome. I can't wait to play around with this app and see. I'm sure that I'll be able to use it for a lot of things in my everyday life to make things easier. So I'm like straining less and being able to use some of my assistive tools more. Another question I had too was, what is something like in the future that you'd really love to see come alive on your app? Like your hope for the next generation of Piccybot.
Yeah, well, that's a good one. Actually, I'm still very much on the. I feel that the Voistant app has a lot of potential that still
Yeah.
to be realized. So I'm taking that's one step at a time. But yeah, I do feel that these smart glasses are still underutilized, and they're very, very practical technology, and any app. And I'm really hoping again that Meta will open up the features for that to developers like myself. Same thing for ChatGPT. They are also opening up the interface to outside developers. So there, I want to basically have Piccybot as an integrated feature into ChatGPT. And there are so many things
I feel like it's every week sometimes. Yes.
but in the end, it is a matter of what is sometimes I know that we have maybe a bit too many features in the app. It is in the sense that you want to keep it as simple as possible. So let's take it a step back, simplify it, put it more under the hood. Don't lose the features, but don't make them be in the way of just regular use. That's always a balancing act. As developers, you want to give as much as possible. On the other hand, it has to be just something that you pick up and you press the button and it works.
Yes. Yeah. And I understand that too. It's interesting. I work my U2 position, I should say, is I work in tech as a business analyst. So building new platforms and things like that. And everything you're saying is like, oh wait, I understand. Like what you're saying, we want to make it simple, we want to make it easy, we want to make it functional and straightforward for the user to be able to access.
Right.
Yeah.
And at the same time, powerful.
Yes, powerful, fast, and all so many linear things all at the same time. Is there anything that you would like to leave our listeners with? A last message.
Yeah, well, I really, obviously, please head to pickybot.com, download the app, try
Yes.
it. If you want to try the latest, try out voistant.com and play around with that. Both apps are at the moment, Pickybot is it's free, but that gives you only a limited access. It is you don't have all these features under the hood that you get with with a pro account. So, but Voicent at the moment is still completely free as we are trying to gather feedback. So please, I really really want people to try it out. Know that it is something in development, but I would love any advice and responses.
Yeah, I'll definitely make sure that I put links to both in our show notes. So as a listener, you'll be able to go and click on and download those and be able to test them out. Well, I want to thank you so much for being on the podcast with me today. I know we have a big time difference, and I appreciate you navigating that with me.
Thanks, Kenisha. Yeah, it's a pleasure to be here, and I hope we can do a follow-up when we, we have more things to show. There's always new developments, so who knows?
Well, we're definitely looking forward to see what additional revolutionary things that you're coming up with. I'm excited to play around with it and really dive into learning how they can help me in my life. And I know that there are listeners out there who will be able to thrive off of that too. So thanks for joining us. Thanks for joining us on the Eko Lens, where we view assistive tech through the eyes of lived experience. If today's conversation sparks something in you, please share it, rate it, and keep the dialogue going. To learn more about our beautiful project or to support our work, visit ekovisionfoundation.org. Until next time, stay curious, stay connected, and keep seeing with love. Thank you.